Hi everybody, welcome to, you know what this is, it be Aikidoflow. Now, I've get asked a lot of questions about, one of the questions I always ask is, oh, what's a real life situation you've been in? Have you ever had to use your Aikido in real life situations? And the answer to that is yes, I have. And I think one of the times that sticks most in my head, and it's simply because it sticks in my head so well, is because I got arrested afterwards. So today, we're gonna have a look at this. Okay, so...
Yo, tell us about this arrest, man. What happened with that arrest?
So the scenario was, I was working in Elbow Rooms in Islington. Now that club, we had a hip hop and R&B night on a Saturday, and then on Wednesday, it was a student night. Now this student night was quite bad, because a lot of the people there were young, they would drink a lot, and they would just get so drunk, and there were always issues, okay? And what happened was, there was a big fight inside. There were about 20 guys involved, and I think we probably had about 4 or 5 security on, or something like that. So we managed to get the main instigators out of the club. So they all get out of the club, and then eventually what happens is their mates start to join them, and once there's a few more, then they all start to get a bit brave, and they want to get back into the club, and start getting a bit upset and angry. So, long story short, they tried to rush the door. You know what rush the door means? When they all try to run at the door and try to get in. So, the first 3 I'm not sure what my colleague was doing because I was more occupied on what's going on here, but we just took out the first few of them hard and fast, and that put a stop to it. One of the techniques I used on them was a technique called tenshinagi, okay? I love this technique. I always remember this by, the word tennis, because I always feel like I'm playing tennis when I do it. It's kind of like heaven and earth kind of technique. So what happened was...
Show me.
What happened was, the guy comes running towards the door, and he runs and he throws a punch at me.
What, straight punch?
Yeah, it's a straight punch. Whoa. So what is it? I blocked it here, and then I just came here. Boom! And then took him down. It worked so well because his momentum was still coming towards me. And so as he moved towards me, it's like as I'm moving in, I kind of stop the top half of his body, and the bottom half carries on going. So it's here, it just stops it. And just took him down. Now, ideally that technique is just a clothesline. But when you practice a technique, there are so many things you can do to make it more effective. So what it is, as the punch came in, I'm taking this hand down, and this hand is coming up. I don't necessarily want to come here because he sees it coming. So it's coming up here, and what it does, comes up here, it takes his chin up and his head down, and then what I tend to do is that this hand here, as I zigzag, my foot will step behind Jason here. In fact, let's come over this side here a bit. My foot steps behind, and what it is, this hand is going to reach down now. It comes up here, so it takes his chin up, which gets a bit off balance, and then this hand comes down, reaches down, in order to take him up here, and then tip him backwards. And he fell down. Now, it was a lot worse because the guy had momentum coming towards me, and it was just done like so quickly, just here, and literally like this, boom, straight up and over, down. You see what it does to Jason's head? It goes up, and it comes down here. And I just went in fast, took him down. Now, unfortunately, what happened is another couple of guys who I did stuff and took him down. One of them, I think I leg sweeped him, and he hit his head on the ground. Cut his head, blood. So that's how ambulance came, police came with the ambulance, and next minute I'm getting arrested and I'm being carted off. But at least they saw CCTV, they saw what was happening, and they all rushed in the door, and they understood that I acted in self-defense. So fortunately, nothing came of that.
Damn,
So
that was going to be another video. You just gave away the end of the film.
Oh, but that's what happened. That's what happened. I was quite fortunate, but that's why I need to emphasize the fact that if you don't have to cause damage, don't, because that took a whole year for me to go from the arrest to eventually me having to go to court, and my solicitor is telling me, you know, you might go to jail. And then for it to finally get to court and for them to just throw it out of court, say, well, we checked the CCTV and he was acting in self-defense. But that whole process in England takes a whole year. First few times I went to court, I just confirmed my name and address. And by that year was hell. A whole year of my life just thinking to myself, I'm probably going to go to jail. I need to get my affairs in order. That's why I can't emphasize how important it is to, if you don't need to inflict damage, don't. That scenario was, I could have handled things differently because it's more my ego to say, nah, you're not getting in this club. But at the same time, I knew why they wanted to get into the club. It was more to carry on fighting with the people inside who they had a fight with. So I'm in a way trying to protect other people from getting hurt. But it is what it is. And at least I'm still free. But hey.
Look, you know what? You're giving us the benefit of your experience.
Yeah.
And so we can really learn from your experience in terms of you following through things and the ramifications of taking actions, you know. And let's not forget, I mean, you know, you see us do all these Aikido moves and we train on mats and it's pretty soft, and you see me falling down, you see Azu falling down. If you fall down after one of these techniques on the street, okay, you ain't getting back up again. You know, you'll be hitting your head, you'll be hitting your arm, your elbow, your hips, and all of that stuff doesn't bounce back off a hard surface. And so there are definite ramifications to taking that type of direct action. You know, you've heard both Azu and I speak about this many times. Obviously, if you have no choice, then you have no choice. But self-defense is called self-defense for a reason. You're defending yourself in relation to an action that is either upon you or something that you perceive to be coming upon you. So that's something that you need to take into consideration. You certainly need to have a think about it. Probably you need to be thinking about these specific issues before you get to that point.
Yeah. And even if it's for selfish reasons, because I think to myself, I won't be able to sleep at night if I seriously hurt somebody. And I want to be able to sleep at night peacefully in my bed. As simple as that.
Yeah, me too.
So I hope this helps you, okay? Learn from my mistakes, from our mistakes, and take care.
See you on the next video.